One.
Yeah, that's all good. That's why I had to switch. That's not Mr. Boyd.
Nobody else wants to talk, so I'll talk. Not my problem. How you doing, handsome? Let's do this one. Oh, which one are they going to do first? Nobody here tonight. Huh? Freebie.
I would like to call the Fairfield County Council regular meeting to order, Winsboro, South Carolina, Monday, March 28th, 2022, at 6:00 p.m. Can we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposers, nay. We have invocation by Councilmember Pauly.
Let us pray. Lord, thank you for everyone here tonight. Please let everyone arrive home safely and that every decision that is made be in the best interest of Fairfield County. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Item 4, approval of minutes. Can we get a motion to approve?
Mr. Chairman. Second.
It's been moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. So let the record show, all in favor, 7-0. Public presentation, none. First public comment, Dr. Roberts.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair. One person signed up to speak, Jeff Schaefer.
Good evening. This on? Can you hear me? Hello? Is it on?
So,
Okay, good. Okay. Last meeting, I told you be patient. I'll be back. If I did not offend you, I'll get to you now. I understand there's no standard qualification to be a council member other than you can sign your name and raise your hand. I also want to tell you that if there was a standard, this county council, I'm sure that 99% of that would affect the 5 of you would be not eligible for it. I don't want this to be an insult. I want the few minutes I have to be inspiring to do better. Can you imagine yourselves hearing the voices of the citizens that are dissatisfied and disappointed? We've elected you to do your best for everyone in your district and out of your district. No one wants to hear you defend your dumb actions, especially when you're caught red-handed. I don't have the time tonight to remind you of all the things you should not have done. That will take a lot more than 3 minutes. We don't want to hear an apology or an explanation, and we don't want to hear any excuses. We want to see progress, not regression. What we don't want to hear is what was supposed to be. What we want to hear is what will be. What we don't want is millions of dollars spent on another memorial site or a naming project for the deceased that cannot read it and their egos don't need it. If you took that $1 million and change, you have spent it on, if you had spent it on fire protection, firemen, EMS, police, and security, and spend it on improving the internet, access spending on improving the lives of children in the community. Don't spend it on your own personal reimbursement account, for your cell phone and your internet plans, or for your gas coming and going to regular scheduled meetings that we all attend, and we don't get paid to come here. I want to see the best, and if it's the past you are attempting to do your best, please don't come to meetings in the future. Just quietly resign like I will. I will not come in the future. I'm not getting anywhere. I also want you to know that tonight's lip lashing came filtered and reserved. For you folks at home watching, please put your comments on YouTube and the Saving Fairfield page and Facebook. These people need to see what you think also and want to hear what you think. We're not going anywhere. We're not doing anything. There's nothing positive happening. That's sad for every one of you up there. Where are we going to be next year or the year after and 5 years from now? What are you doing to make things better? That's what I want to know. Ordinances and promises. You change everything. You make your own rules up. You don't inspire anyone. You don't do anything. My time is up. Thank you very much. No need to call me again.
That's it.
No one else signed up to speak, Mr. Chair.
Down to item number 7. An ordinance to approve a lease of real property located in the North Monticello and Ladd Road area, an 8.12 acre tract that is a portion of tax map number 138-01-00-003-000 by the county from Dominion Energy Incorporated for the purpose of establishing a public recreation area. So we now open this public hearing at 6:05. Do we have anyone to speak?
Mr. Chair, Mr. Jeff Schaefer signed up to speak. Decline. No one else signed up to speak, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So we now close the public hearing at also 6:05. Thank you. Item 8, ordinance, resolution, and orders. A, first reading by title only. Orders number 792, an ordinance to approve the sale of a certain parcel of land owned by Fairfield County, which is approximately 1.0 acres, located at 408 Hudson Street, tax map number 126-02-04-016-000, and which includes an uninhabited structure to a private citizen. Can we get a motion to approve? Okay. There's no motion to approve, so motion fail for lack of a motion. Item B, second reading ordinance number 790. An ordinance to name the Fairfield County Detention Center after the deceased former Sheriff Herman Young, who served Fairfield County as sheriff for 22 years, was named Sheriff of the Year in 1996, served as the president of the Sheriff Association from 2011 to 2012, and in 2015 was awarded the South Carolina Order of the Palmetto, the state highest award for his 52 years of service in law enforcement. Can we get a motion to approve?
Move, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Any discussion? All in favor said motion, aye. Opposers, nay. Let the record show 7-0. C, second reading ordinance number 791. An ordinance to approve the sale of a certain parcel of land owned by Fairfield County, which is a vacant lot that is approximately 0.19 acres, located at 128 6th Street in the Mills District of Winsboro, tax map number 145-02-02-012-000, to a private citizen whose property is continuous with the officer's property. Can we get a motion?
So move.
It's been moved and second. All in favor?
Any discussion?
Any discussion?
Chairman Bell, I thought item A and item C were things that was going to be looked into to see what the council could do and could not do with these pieces of property.
You want to answer that?
We were going to discuss that in our report.
But
We can discuss the we are going to discuss research on a policy about land sales to the county as part of our county administrator's report.
and one of the things we did find out as we talked about, and you can remember, these can be done legally if they're done through ordinance.
Right.
And that's what was said. So one of the things, as we have talked about, there's not a county policy for doing this. So one of the things, Mr. Whitaker, I guess you're going to discuss in your report, is how we need to take this and develop a policy around that, so you don't be shooting in the dark. But since these properties came to the county and asked for them to be purchased, we agreed to go ahead and do that. And again, it's up to council whether they want to do that or not.
Right.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposers? I didn't hear but one aye. Two. So I would assume that everybody else opposed? All opposed say nay?
Nay.
Okay. The chairman is staying. Okay. So let the record show, 2, 4, 1 abstention. Third and final reading ordinance number 783. The ordinance to approve the lease of real property located in the North Monticello and Ladd Road area, an 8.12 acre tract that is a portion of tax map number 138-01-00-003-000 by the county from Dominion Energy Incorporated for the purpose of establishing a public recreation area. Can we get a motion to approve?
So move. Second.
It's been moved and second. Any discussion?
Chairman Bell.
Yes, sir.
Chairman Bell, members of council, here we are again, not listening to employees and the taxpaying citizens of Fairfield County on what is important in Fairfield County. We are voting on a third reading of a lease agreement for another piece of property to be used as a recreation area. The property does not belong to us, but we are going to use taxpayer money to build something on it. Has there been a cost analysis done on the amount of money it will cost us to purchase insurance policies for this property that is required by SCANA? Has there been a cost analysis done for exactly what will go on the property and what would the property be used for in recreation? I have not received any of this information in order to make a vote. A document I received last week stated we spend $97,000 a year just in utilities for recreation places in Fairfield County, not including staff, maintenance, and other things. Just on Friday, an email was sent out asking departments to reconsider their budgets because we were $10 million over. So we are in the middle of doing our budget and asking all of these departments to make cuts that they really need to run their departments and provide quality services to the taxpayers. We are also asking the life-saving departments to cut their budgets from needing officers, paramedics, firefighters, ambulances, patrol cars, and fire trucks. Are y'all aware that EMS substations have been shut down across the county at times from not having enough staff to operate them? So council members, when you make this vote tonight, please hold your hand high and let the taxpayers know what you consider important to them and their tax dollars.
Any other discussion? One of the things Mr. Paul talked about is the letter going back to the county department heads around the budgeting process. That happens in every budget process. But let me tell you, we did a workshop here and made sure everyone understood that the revenues coming into the county is about $33 million. That's what the revenue is. Okay, the fund balance have been depleted for all purposes, all deliberate purposes. So within that, yeah, people can say what they wanna, but they set up here and spend the money. You can't spend no more money than you have. You have $33 million in revenues, and guess what? That's what the budget gonna need to be somewhere in that category. That's the facts. People can say stuff and make up stuff and create stuff, but those are the facts. Any other discussion?
Mr. Bell, how much is the insurance policies going to cost us?
Didn't you say what it costs?
Anybody ask me what it costs?
Okay, but anyway,
Have we did a study to find out what they're going to cost? Seems like that would be the first thing we would do before we lease the property.
are you any other discussion? All in favor, let it be known by aye.
Aye.
Opposed is nay.
Nay.
So there's 2 nays?
Can we get a hand count?
No, you can't because we see the votes. Item 9, Board and Commission minutes. Aeronautic Commission, December 21, 2021. Chamber of Commerce, February 15, 2022. Planning Commission, February 24, 2022. Okay. Down now to Board and Commission appointments. Aeronautics Commission, Dwayne Bell, District 1. Can we get a motion to appoint?
Mhm.
So move. Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor, let it be known by aye.
Aye.
Opposers, nay. Planning Commission. Let the record show.
Any discussion on the Aeronautics Commission?
Any discussion?
Is this a reappointment?
Yes.
Okay.
The Planning Commission. Let the record show 7-0 for the Aeronautics Commission, District 1, Dwayne Bell. Planning Commission, Donald Miller, District 7. Can we get a motion to appoint?
So move.
It's been moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposers, nay. Let the record show 7-0, Donald Miller, District 7, Planning Commission. Old business, none. New business, none. County Administrator report.
Well, good evening. The first two items, Ms. Williams will cover, and I'll cover item C, D, and E.
All right, good afternoon, Cynthia Williams. In relating to the properties coming before the council for sale, we do realize that there have been multiple properties that the county has that came to us from the Forfeited Land Commission. And upon doing research, those properties were recommended by the previous administrator in February 2020 for the county to get those from the Forfeited Land Commission. When I spoke with Mr. Thompson with the Land Commission, they don't automatically turn those properties over to us. They try to keep them with them and try to make sure they get rid of those properties. So unless the county requests those properties specifically, they won't automatically be turned over to us. For the ones that we do have, we will not be bringing any more requests for purchase in front of the council. We're going to come up with that policy that was discussed previously to look at what is the best option to handle those properties that were turned over to the county, whether it's through sale or use in some other kind of way. So we are researching that currently, and we'll get that information back to the council.
Any question?
Any questions on that?
Thank y'all for that piece of work.
No problem. All right, and so the next thing is the request to do an intergovernmental agreement with the town of Winsboro for a joint community development block grant application. On March 9th, we received an administration request from the town of Winsboro for the county to be a co-applicant on their community development block grant application to install a backup generator at the town's wastewater treatment plant. The town originally had planned to apply for the grant themselves, but the Department of Commerce, who puts out that funding for the state, they recommended that the county serve as a joint applicant due to the fact that the town's wastewater plant serves citizens outside of their town limits. Being a joint applicant does not hinder the county from applying for our own community development block grants in the future. There is also no monetary requirement from the county for this grant, and that is spelled out in the intergovernmental agreement. Due to the benefit to county residents, we do recommend cooperating with the town on this joint application, since they do serve us, and if they were to lose power and they don't have a backup generator, it would not just affect town residents, it would also affect county residents as well. And since there's no monetary requirement, it's just saying that, yes, we'll put our name on the application.
And the point we're the point you're making here is that we're cooperating with the town of Winsboro to bring this grant forward because we need to be a co-applicant to this process.
That is correct. They got the request from Commerce. They asked us that, and looking at all the benefits going through the grant application and the IGA, which was drafted by Commerce, we just made a couple of recommendations to make it clear that we're not putting any money to it. If there was any requests later, they would come back to the county specifically with those requests. And based off that agreement to make those changes to the IGA, we do recommend moving forward with this grant and cooperating with the town.
Thank you.
All right, any questions on item B? All right. My update is to the town of Winsboro's meeting request. And I want to note that I'm addressing this matter in my capacity as a policy advisor to the council for information and your consideration of this request. On March 16th, the town clerk of Winsboro sent a formal email and letter to our clerk, formally requesting a joint meeting of the Fairfield County Council and the Winsboro Town Council. According to the letter, the meeting was requested by the town to discuss the matter of the solid waste fee and the impact the fee would have on the citizens of the town and the county. The meeting request was made after the town of Winsboro passed a formal resolution stating that the town will not pay the solid waste fee because, according to the town, the fee violates state law. Please note that the town of Winsboro could have chosen to pay the fee and seek a remedy as to the legality of the fee, but instead chose to refuse to pay the fee owed with the threat of legal action. Fairfield County's policy was addressed in March in a letter to the town stating, all who utilize the county's commercial solid waste service, including private companies and public agencies, are required to pay the service fee. The county assesses a uniform service charge of $63 per ton of solid waste deposited at the county transfer station. The fees are service fees with the amounts owed based on the amounts of services provided, and they are not a tax. The Fairfield County Transfer Station is located just south of the intersection of US Highway 321 Bypass North and US Highway 321 Business south of the city of Winsboro. Waste is collected at the Fairfield County Transfer Station and is transported from the transfer station via tractor trailers to the landfill. The solid waste fee has been set in the annual budget for the county since 2001-2002 fiscal year budget. The town of Winsboro and the Fairfield County School District were excluded from the payment of the fee pursuant to an undocumented arrangement. In the 2021-2022 budget, Ordinance 767, the county included language in the budget expressly requiring the town of Winsboro and Fairfield County School District to pay the fee, Section 11 of the budget ordinance. So if you will refer to Section 11, I'm going to read Section 11. Section 11 says, and this is Section 11 of Ordinance 767. Fairfield County shall charge the commercial solid waste fee to the schools in Fairfield County in the town of Winsboro beginning July 1, 2021. It should be noted that former County Administrator Taylor suggested, supported, and approved this uniform user fee during his tenure as County Administrator, Fairfield County Administrator. It should be noted also that in my conversations with him and in his public pronouncements to media outlets, he has not told me why this uniform fee was appropriate in the 2021-2022 Fairfield County budget ordinance when he was the administrator, but now as the town manager for Winsboro, it is now inappropriate. I think that it is important for him to clarify his change in position. There are currently 47 commercial customers paying the fee. The town of Winsboro is the only commercial or organizational user not paying. It is our understanding that the town of Winsboro charges residents a fee for solid waste collection and then transport the waste to the Fairfield County Transfer Station. From July 1, 2021 through July 31st, 2022, the town of Winsboro utilized the county solid waste services and accrued $61,881.75 in fees. The town of Winsboro has requested this meeting to discuss this issue, and this request raised the following questions. Which body would hold the meeting? Who would preside? What would be the agenda for the meeting? Other points to consider, for council to consider. Intergovernmental relationships are important, and the county has several opportunities to work with the town of Winsboro on infrastructure projects that are important to both county and the town. However, the council was not presented with an agenda for the meeting, and therefore county councils could walk into a joint public meeting that has legal implications without any information or research as to what the town is looking to accomplish, the basis for a joint meeting, or any request that might result from a joint meeting. It is also worth noting that in Section 11 of the budget ordinance, the charge of the commercial solid waste fee was not only to the town of Winsboro, to the schools of Fairfield County, who has paid the fee since July 1st, 2020, and has not signed a resolution or refused to pay. We need to ask what makes the schools and other commercial users different and what prevents the schools from preventing the schools from following the town's lead and how they have responded to the county's user fee. So this information is just for your consideration.
Thank you.
My next update is on the financial audit, our annual financial audit. The work to create a Fairfield County's report on financial statements, our annual audit, is a staff responsibility. And we can look on the finance reports that are posted on our website. And in the second paragraph of the 2020 website, there's a statement that says, management is responsible for the preparation and fair presentation of these financial statements in accordance with accounting principles generally accepted financial statements in the United States of America. That includes the design, implementation, maintenance of internal control relevant to the preparation and fair presentation of financial statements that are free from material misrepresentation, whether due to fraud or error. The work to create Fairfield County's annual audit is also the work of our hired independent auditor. Our independent auditor is the firm of Elliott Davis. We have worked very closely with the staff from Elliott Davis to complete the tasks associated with finalization of the audit. And now for our updates. On our last call with the audit team, we learned that Elliott Davis is currently completing their review of the library and has requested a copy of the library's legal letter, which is basically a letter from their attorney confirming that there's no pending litigation that could potentially create a large payout for the library. Elliott Davis is also requesting items from the airport related to the FAA grant, such as certifying payroll compliance and executed contracts. Our latest communication with Elliott Davis Senior Manager, Mr. Miller, who is the project manager for Fairfield County's audit, quote, barring any unanticipated audit issues related to requested documentation, audit adjustments, or audit findings, we expect to finalize the audit engagement and financial statements by no later than March 31st, 2022. As to presenting the results of the audit to County Council, we have to present it virtually. And he talked about a situation, a family situation that would require him to present virtually if we were presenting at the April 11th, 2022 meeting. And he also says if a special meeting can be called during the week of April the 4th, let them know and they will try to do that. So according to Mr. Miller's statements, we're looking at March 31st, 2022 as the estimate for when the county has an approximate date for completing, publishing, and submitting the financial statements to the Comptroller General and freeing up any funds being withheld from the county by the state. And we are looking at a presentation to council of April 4th, if there's a special call meeting, and April 11th at the regularly scheduled meeting.
While we here, one of the things we talked about is trying to have this meeting on April 4th. Hopefully, we can all be here, but we're gonna try to schedule that meeting, a special call meeting on April 4th.
Okay.
At the same time, 6 p.m.
Okay. I also wanted to share, just kind of reassuring the council, my plan of how this won't happen again next year.
Yes, sir.
If you will indulge me. For me as the county administrator, my leadership style is strategic and disciplined operational leadership. And I plan to continue that to focus on long-range planning and preparation for these annual activities. We know a financial audit is something that's due every year. So this wasn't a surprise. I believe my job is to strengthen the long-term organizational health of Fairfield County government, and I will continue to make decisions to take a long view of what's in the county's best interest. I'm also assessing the management skills, the tasks, organizing skills, and the time management skills of our current team to understand what is currently missing. The process and accountability solution for a timely annual audit is simple to me. The finance team, like other county teams with big projects, and this is something that I'm instituting in the county, will develop and submit what is known as a project charter and a project plan. A project charter and a project plan by January 31st of every calendar year. We know the audit process starts in April. They'll have a plan and a charter executed by the end of January And let me talk a little bit about a charter, what a charter is. Project charter is a high-level initiation document that consists only of a few pages. It lists the project objectives, the scope of the project, the vision of the project, the team leading and has tasks associated with the project, and the stakeholders for that project. A project plan is a detailed document that describes how to accomplish the project objectives. It explains the deliverables, the action plan, and the resources and the milestones. Both of these documents, when formally executed, will be shared with County Council. So you will have charters for these big projects to kind of know who's accountable for doing what, when, and how that's going to look. Hopefully by January 31st of each calendar year, because we want to begin the year knowing what the goals are and what we're supposed to accomplish using charters. Again, I believe that a disciplined, strategic approach to accomplishing these annual tasks is the best way to move forward, where everybody know what is supposed to happen, when it's supposed to do, when they're supposed to do it, and who's accountable for what. Any questions about that before I go into any project updates?
Thank you again for this piece of work and the detailed work behind it. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna move into our update section. We want to talk about we have finalized our redistricting process. The redistricting process is complete and the new district lines are available on the county website. We don't have the website up, but I want to kind of walk through how a citizen would get to the information on the district. If you go to the county website, under the department heading, search assessor. Under the helpful links on the assessor page, hit the search records box. And then you can search by different queries. The owner's name, the location address, parcel number, and account number. What appears as a map, and at the bottom of that map is the district number. So I just encourage folks to, and I'll say that again, under department heading, search assessor. Under helpful links to the assessor page, hit the search records box. Search by name, owner, location address, parcel number. What appears as a map, and at the bottom of the map, a lot of information, including the district number. We want to thank Ms. Debbie Stedham, the director of the Fairfield County Voter Registration and Elections, for her work in this process. Both the old lines listed as 2010 council districts and the new line listed as 2020 council districts are available. Now, I think it's important for us that now we have facts about the current district lines. These facts can be used to address public comments and concerns about individual citizens being intentionally moved into different districts. We ask you to please visit the website and confirm the facts about any district changes that are the result of this redistricting process. Anyone interested can identify if their council districts change by looking up their property on the website or calling the voter registration office. Any questions about that? Next update, our move to the new government complex, new Fairfield County government complex. We currently plan to move 30 employees from county administration, HR, finance, procurement into the new government complex on April the 14th of 2022. That's the plan as of today. The move will involve packing of final items on Thursday, contractor movers taking the items from the current building to the new complex on Friday, April the 15th, which is a county holiday. Employees will then report for duty at the new location on Monday, April the 18th. Please be aware that there will be a delay in responding to phone calls and some service during this pretty complex move process. We're also anticipating delay of some items such as final signage and furniture due to the inability to order until the third and final reading of the budget allocation. We'll be meeting with department leaders this Thursday to provide updates on the move along with other updates. Any questions on this move?
Thank you.
Okay. One more. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the budget process and just keep the community informed. We are fully engaged in our annual county budget preparation season. We're asking basically for the community to pray and support for us as we engage in this very difficult and challenging conversations about our budget decisions. We have communicated to departments and agencies that we are in a budget, that we are in our budget season, and that the county has about 33 million in anticipated revenues upon which to create a budget for the upcoming year. And after review, and we talked about the letter that was sent to staff was basically saying, based on the submittals, not over budget. The folks submitted budgets in 3 areas. They talked about operation requests, personnel requests, and capital requests. And right now, we're about $10 million in the requests. So we got to figure out a way to whittle down this to meet our goal of 33 million. And we asked everybody, all the department heads, to revisit their budget submittals, their requests, and look at opportunities for savings for the county. So one of the things we're going to be doing in our analysis and discussion with the county is looking at how much service that was provided in the previous years, what the expected level of service, who's doing what, when, and how. So we're going to have a pretty good data-driven process for this budget season. One of the things we also are asking counties to do, asking department heads to do, is to compare themselves to other counties with similar staff and population. Fairfield County is around, the last census said we were around 20,948 people. And, we looked at the census and looked at counties like Barnwell, Abbeville, Edgefield, Union, and Saluda to see how they operate and what their budget looks like. So a lot of a rich opportunity to really do some digging and some critical analysis about what our budget reality is and how we meet our goal of 33 million. And we just want to ask that folks, realize this is a very difficult process. We're going to be spending a lot of time doing this, having some very difficult conversations, but we will be prepared to present a budget that's sustainable to the county in due time. That's it.
Thank you for a very detailed administrative report. Now we're down to item 14, clerk to council report, none. County council time. Anyone? Mr. Gibbard.
At our last meeting, one of the council members asked if an individual council member can make a request for a survey. I would like to go on record. The reason I asked for that administration to conduct a employee survey with an outside agent around February the 25th this year, I received a letter in the mail at my home address from someone who identified themselves as a concerned and tired employee. In this letter, they stated that in the past few months, it had been nothing short of demoralizing, extremely stressful, and at times just hopeless. The employees stated that they are constantly being beat down, profanity is being used at them, and nothing they do is good enough. The employees stated that good employees are being targeted. The employees stated that they love working for Fairfield County and wanted to continue to do so, but how can they do it if they are in the current situation? Excuse me. They stated that they know that they cannot go to Chairman Bell about this, as he does not support employee either and is known to throw employees under the bus just to justify his decision and the decision of the county. The employees stated that I asked for your help, not only for themselves, but for all the employees of Fairfield County. This is the reason I've asked for the survey and think it needs to be done. I've also like to say I have given Chairman Bell a copy of that letter. Thank you.
Any other council member? Boy, I tell you. If nothing else,
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman. Second.
it's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. We now stand adjourned.
Wow. Shut up. For one person. Goodness gracious. You tell me with somebody. Already.
Doing the date.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. We gonna feel it later. Huh?